Indians are hardwired in the mindset to optimize cost. That India is a major center for the manufacture of vaccines with nearly 45 to 50% share is not accidental. The purpose of reaching the benefit of innovations to as large a number of people as possible is necessary. This objective is better served by designing a country-specific innovation model rather than to adopt models suited to other economies. Indian innovation system should find solutions to problems faced by a large number of people with limited purchasing power. When the bright minds of the world are busy solving problems faced by the rich, innovation system in India could gain leadership by developing affordable innovations. This would call for attracting the best of minds and innovations to focus on problems faced by the non-wealthy. The largely public-funded research system, like that of India, could focus on development for public and social good. Best of minds of India should be called upon for solving problems for non-wealthy too. There is some residual idealism among the Indian youth. By drawing their attention to the problems faced by people with limited purchasing power, India could develop a new innovation system. India's specific model of innovation could focus on optimization of investments needed to apply the innovations, while other successful models maximize investments to support innovations and profits for investors. India has far too many individual innovators in both formal and informal systems. We are in a special position to design a unique innovation system for the world. Most innovation systems in the world are focused on solving global problems. They leverage marketing tools to maximize profits for investors. India's problems are many and vary from region to region. We could focus on solving local problems through relevant innovation enterprises. Such innovation systems could focus on societal rather than investor profit, especially when the main investment is from public funds. During the 14th and 15th of August, the Department of Science and Technology had organized a national project competition among the youth of this country in the age group of 10 to 15. Nearly 700 young people studying in the classes of 6th to 10th standard participated in this exhibition. They presented their projects in the form of models and concepts. It was truly a heart-rendering feature that more than 60% of the projects exhibited address possible solutions to local problems. There is ample evidence for a strong and distributed base for innovation infrastructure in this country. The innovation system is well and widespread. Many children related their innovations to the desire to solve problems faced by their parents at home. We may need a new support system to leverage this vast and distributed innovation potential in this country. The innovation system suited for India should be people-focused. If such systems view 1.2 billion population as 1.2 billion people, it is based on the grammar of serving the needs of people. If the consumer needs of the 1.2 billion population are addressed as a marketing opportunity, the innovation system is market-focused. I call for an innovation system with social consciousness where people are the center and they are supreme. Gandhi taught us to think locally and act locally through his Swaraj movement. We need a Swaraj movement innovations as well. Innovations for market advantage, innovations for societal gain may differ in grammar. I would call for innovation for innovation. Innovations laced with social consciousness seem the way forward for India at this time. I am aware that institutions under Birla family focus on education with social consciousness. There is a social responsibility to every educated mind. Education gain should relate to social well-being. Higher the quality of mind, higher is the responsibility for serving the needs of society. I am aware that I stand in front of some of the best and the most endowed minds of the world. I wish to draw your attention to the awaiting opportunity to relate your creativity to solve some real-life problems faced by ordinary people of India. Extraordinary people are required to solve extraordinary problems of ordinary people who may not matter to the market forces. This call is for those who are extraordinary in talent, as an extraordinary in human values. Let us innovate for serving the needs of people with low purchasing power, but not over in human values. Ladies and gentlemen, Indian education of the past focused equally on knowledge and wisdom. British built a different educational system to serve the needs of a colonial power. I like to quote from the address of Lord Macaulay to the British Parliament on 2nd February 1835 on India. I quote, "I've travelled across the length and breadth of India, have not seen one person who is a beggar, who is a thief, such wealth that I have seen in this country, such high moral values, people of such caliber, that I do not think you would ever conquer this country unless we break the backbone of this nation, which is her spiritual and cultural heritage. And therefore, I propose we replace her old education system, her culture. And if Indians think that all that is foreign and English is good and greater than their own, they will lose their self-esteem, their native culture, and they will become what we want them, a truly dominated nation." Ladies and gentlemen, we need to seek freedom from the domination of the past. We need to free ourselves from in the world of innovations. Let me therefore leave you with a call. We need to innovate. Our innovation should deliver values to the people at the base of the economic pyramid. They should be amenable for use with smaller investments. They should provide affordable solutions to location-specific problems. We can afford to think locally and act locally too. We should regain the mindset that evokes high self-esteem that we had lost. We have some wonderful national heroes and models in Gandhi, Buddha, Jain, Adi Shankara, and many others. India as a civilization has plenty to offer as role models and valuable lessons from their lives. There are some important lessons for developing innovation systems that suits this country. The path of non-violence, the Salt Satyagraha, and every single action of Mahatma united people for a cause. Connecting actions to the cause of people itself is innovation at its best. Gandhiji's by experimental truth clearly brings out the innovator that he was. To serve a cause, to serve the nation, to serve the people, to experiment, to fail, learn lessons from the experiments, analyze, develop strategies, to think out of the box, redesign experiments, and then succeed. That's Gandhi's way. I would like to conclude by making a sincere call to all of you from this wonderful institution to look at Gandhi not as the past, but as a future for building an innovative India. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you very much.
Vice Chancellor Sir, the last award approved by the Senate in March 2011, 25 candidates of on-campus programs of KK Birla Goa campus, out of which 7 candidates qualified for second degree under dual degree scheme of the institute, were awarded degrees. The degrees have already been dispatched to them. Now I present you 580 candidates of on-campus programs of KK Birla Goa campus, out of which 165 candidates qualified for the second degree under dual degree scheme of the institute, including those in absentia who have been examined and found qualified for various degrees, to which I pray they may be admitted.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chairman of the Senate of Municipality, I do hereby admit 580 candidates of KK Birla Goa campus, out of which 165 candidates qualified for a second degree under the dual degree scheme of the Institute to various degrees, together with all the rights and privileges thereto, and charge them that they prove themselves worthy of the same.